Hi everyone, welcome to your weekly Oakman reading. If that's where it goes, we're gonna see. So all week I was kind of like, I don't know, kind of wait for like a feeling to come over me, what kind of direction, where's the reading gonna go? And sometimes it gets to the point where I sit down at the table, I don't know, I just kept hearing, I don't know, coming like from my own inner voice. So the response I got was, why don't you shuffle the deck and find out? So I was going to shuffle the deck, this deck, the fairies, okay, because this is where the Oakman originally came from. If you're not familiar with the Oakman, I've seen some of the comments from last week. It takes a long time to explain to 2% of the population, but if you go into the playlists that I have, there will be an Oakman playlist and you can see all the videos from the Oakman from the very beginning, and then you'll understand. So it comes from the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. And I was going to shuffle it. I said, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to shuffle it on camera for everyone so everyone can be part of this experience to see what sort of energy is coming forward. I'm feeling it's kind of funny, you know. I feel like we get our best answers when we're feeling kind of lost. Like, I just don't know. So I don't know if it's the energy that accumulated over the week from the readings too. And I'm sure that's part of my own energy because I'm part of the collective. And it was just like, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know. What should you do now? I don't know. And a big part of the messages coming through this week was just releasing. Just release. Go with the flow. Just go with the flow. So I'm sitting here going, okay, I'm going to go with the flow. I don't know what to do. But I'm getting the answers. It's kind of like when we're in that deepest part of I don't know what to do. Then we get the answers. So I got that. And I was just about to start the video. And my eyes caught a deck that I haven't used in a while. It's called Wings of Wisdom, for anyone that's going to ask. It's called the Wings of Wisdom. And it was sitting behind another deck. I have like a plexiglass shelving system in front of me where I keep all my cards. So I want to try to show you exactly what sentence was visible, and only this sentence as it appeared behind another deck. I hope you can read this. I thought it was great. I'm gonna have to get up, aren't I? I'm gonna have to get up. Is it focusing? You see that? Yeah, I was like, oh, and it just caught my eye. It was just so prominent. Just that sentence. It is safe for you to be powerful. I thought, oh, I don't know how to do that right now. I don't know how to do that. I feel like, I don't know, is this just me? Or is this maybe everybody? Like, it's safe to be powerful. So let me read for you what this card actually is. This is the Dragon card. This card is leadership, integrity, and power. The affirmation for this card is, I own my power with dignity and grace. So I'll let you look at that. Actually, well, yeah, when I do use this deck, I usually hold it up and I read the back because there's a whole bunch on the back here for you. So, it is safe for you to be powerful. You can be powerful and kind, good, humble, and gracious. True power achieves greatness and flows from the heart of the universe, not from human ego. Surrender any attachment to being admired, and you shall attract an abundance of recognition and respect. You have abilities that are beyond the ordinary. You shall be guided on how to best express them to fulfill your destiny and assist all beings. Remember, you can only give according to what you can receive. Take time to balance and vitalize your internal energies. Interesting, huh? Yeah, I love that. So I felt like that's a message. That's where we need to start. And finding different ways too. I guess my energy feels sort of low. The last couple of days my energy has felt sort of low. And I needed something like to boost me up. You know what song I started listening to in the bathroom? I was brushing my hair out. And I thought, I feel like some Robert Palmer. When is the last time I heard some Robert Palmer, right? And it was the, I can't remember what song is called now. She used to look good to me, but now I find her simply irresistible. I don't know. So, and then it totally was like, yeah, okay, I got my mojo back. I got my mojo back. So, and I kind of get that with this too. Like, remember, you can only give according to what you can receive. I kind of needed to receive something, I felt like, to get me going, because I know I need to give a lot too when I come to the channel, because you guys are, so I got to find ways. I needed to find a way to kind of bring in some external energy outside of my own so that I could feed you guys with some energy too. It's all about transferring it, right? I might keep this deck out. We might do more with this deck at the end for like a final message. So let's get started with the fairies. I was told, why don't you shuffle the deck? Why don't I shuffle the deck? And it was kind of like, that was funny. Look who tried to peek through with shuffling. The Oakman. Why don't you shuffle the deck? It was just like that, very sort of a soft, why don't you just shuffle it and see? So why don't we see? And who comes out? Oh, gosh darn this writing. Path the floater? I'm going to have to look in the book to make sure I'm saying this right. Number 58. Look at the way he's holding his foot. Kind of like, a little bit unsure. Okay, I have the book out. I'm going to read it. We're going to learn about this little guy. Or gal. Number 58. Oh, okay, it's the footer. See, I couldn't tell if that was an L or a T or what it was. Oh, wow. Yeah, so it sounds good. Faff the footer. Being real, earthing, grounding, centering. Here, maybe I can hold them up while I read, so you can kind of pull in the image. Just as life is becoming surprising, exciting, and very interesting, though not necessarily fun. I could describe Earth as being a little bit like that lately. Faff the footer, fungus fairy, comes along to check out our feet. He picks up one foot in his remarkably strong hands and looks it over for fluff between the toes. Oh my God, smelling fungi and dirty untrimmed toenails. Where's this going? Maybe we needed this today. And that's kind of funny because the manicure pedicure places just started opening up around here. If he finds any of these signs of disrespect for our feet and for Earth Mama, walking on her with grubby feet, yuck, he marks them by making holes in our socks. If things are really bad, he sends mice to eat our dancing shoes, so we will be forced to dance barefoot in the dewy meadows under the moon. Oh, that sounds like fun, doesn't it? If it happens that we have snow instead of dew, that is just our tough luck. That's why I love the fairies. They're like, well, that's your shit luck, man. Go with it. Warning, Faff may have fungi on his fingers from someone else's foot, and if our feet are not clean, both energetically and physically, the fungi are apt to take root. He leaves that foot in the air while he inspects the other foot. Yeah, see, he's grabbing a foot there. Lifting it up as well. Having done his inspection job, he wanders off, leaving us standing there with both feet in the air. Oh my gosh, doesn't that kind of sound like how the world has been lately? Feet in the air, I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything. I thought something was going on. Where did they go? The pedicure place closed. Nobody's looking at my feet. I'm stuck here like this. And Faff snickers. Usually confused expression on your faces. This is not a good position for a human to be in. This is a test. Repeat, this is a test. You have been warned. The test is to get both feet back on terra firma. Yeah, because they keep putting double F's in there. Do not try to do anything important or make any significant decisions until you have come back to Earth. Oh. Anything you attempt to do while standing with your feet in the air is apt to not work. If you are lucky. If you are unlucky, it will work, but not at all in the way you intended or hope. Gosh darn it, that is exactly what's been going through the Zodiac readings this week. The universe wants to do something for you, but you're getting in your own way. You need to just release. Let the universe deal with it. This guy is fun. I like this guy. Quick fairy tips for earthing. Stroke your feet gently with both hands, each one for 5 minutes. You can also check for holes in your socks while doing this. I would just do that barefoot. Paint your toenails bright red. Well, you can. Then your toes say a cherry, or should that be cheery? Hey, to you when you look at them. And this reminds you to keep them on the ground. Even when you can't see them, it will probably still remind you, especially if you are a man. Oh my God, we needed this guy today. I really feel like we needed this guy. Okay. So, okay, it's also about breathe, ground, center. If you can't remember how, read preparing for a reading. Okay, that's maintain sanity by staying earthed. Do this now. Important information is coming your way, but you can only receive it properly if your feet are on terra firma and your head is well connected to the rest of your body. Okay, I like that. Oh, he's got like a quote here. Does he have it for all? Oh, no, he's got it for here. The transformative power of fairy turns muck into magic, dross into shining gold, black despair into crystalline joy. As life grows out of death, good can grow from all things we call bad. That's a quote there from Brian from this fairy. And he doesn't have that on all of them. He has it on, oh wait, does he have it on? No, he doesn't have it on him. He has it on some of them, which I'm guessing, you know, it just inspired him to do that. That's pretty cool. That's interesting. I really feel like that kind of tied into the week. So that's who's talking to us today. We're talking to the Faf the Footer. All right, Faf the Footer here. You got both feet in the air? I feel it too a little bit, and this often comes through when I'm doing readings. You know, the spiritual journey is all good and fine. You got to remember your main purpose for being here is being an earthling. That is the main purpose. To be here, you know, and you're kind of incorporating your spiritual journey on that, and you're trying to connect with your higher self. That's part of being human, but you have to remember the human experience, and we have to go out and we have to do stuff, you know. You can't always be in your head, and you can do your spiritual thing, like the whole grounding, walking through the earth. I think that's hilarious. I want to know how many men in the comments are going to go get their nails painted red. Why not? Go do rainbow colors for June. Do rainbow on your toes, guys. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm sticking with my favorite still. Oh, and somebody let me know in the comments that Kim Kranz, who creates the Wild Unknown Spirit, Oracle, and Tarot decks, has, I don't know if it's new or I just never knew about it before, an archetype deck. So I ordered, actually it comes today before 9 p.m. from Amazon. That's the only way I can get anything here. So that's exciting. I'm excited to, and they're round. They're round like what is, oh gosh. Sometimes the smallest things escape me. Coasters, round like coasters. So that'll be kind of cool. So I'll incorporate, I'll have to get to know them first. And I love that whole idea of the archetypes. So what I'm gonna, this is actually how I'm gonna do the readings this coming week. But this is the collective. This is the collective, everyone coming in. Last week was pretty interesting. So this week is the collective. And the energy, this is going to be you guys, you. And then here is something outside of you. And it's, you know, it's being called into the reading because it either directly or indirectly affects you or will. So we want to look into that. I think it's kind of funny with a footer. It's really good. I would read that again. I would rewind and go and read that again. Shaking things up a bit. Yeah. With some humor, right? So funny. All right. For the collective. The energy for the collective. Their energy. At least a component of their energy to be aware of right now. Wow. Guys, the dragon. Oh my goodness. Whew, you guys are connected. Are you ever connected? Oh, now he comes to cut my grass. Jeez. I love him to death, the guy who cuts my grass. I love everybody that does things that I don't like to do. So I do. I love the garbage man. He takes the stuff I don't want. They're so awesome. They really are. Really need to like give so much to people to do the things that you don't want to do. And he does a great job, but he's always on a different day. So he's doing it. I hope it's not too loud on there. Anyway, so you guys are really connected. Like, really connected. And I'm feeling like a deeper connection is growing here. Really is. So, and that's kind of putting faith in the system. The universal system, let me just say that. It's putting faith into the universe. It's putting the faith into the universe, into God, into source, whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you. And you guys are kind of there. So what's outside of that energy? What is outside of that energy? That's either, I want to also say, you are seen, you are seen, you are witnessed. You are witnessing and you are witnessed. You are seen, you are observed. You are felt, you are understood. Oh, the moth. Interesting. I was just told to read the book. Maybe today is the book. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I get and I'm going to read the book to you. The moth to me reminds us of habits that aren't serving us so well. Remember, this is not you. This is something outside of you that's going to affect you, indirectly affect you. It's something to be aware of. It kind of feels like, to me, like, I mean, we all have stuff. We all have stuff that are either bad habits or bad way of thinking or imagine, anything like that. We really don't completely purge ourselves of imperfection until we're dead, really. Like, that's it. That's part of that human experience. So there's something here. I kind of feeling like there's going to be a little trigger in the future. Because this moth is doing a dumb thing. This moth is flying into the light that's been left on the porch all night, right? Boom, boom, boom. It's getting rid of, it's using up all its energy. It's not going into the sun. It's going into the fake sun, right? And usually the fake sun are things that, we're replacing for reality that maybe we don't want to face. The moth doesn't want to say it's really dark out and it's kind of scary and creepy and I feel like the sun's not coming back. So I'm just going to waste all my energy flying into this light bulb all night. And then when the sun does come up, he's not even able to participate well. He's exhausted. He's damaged his wings, all that stuff. So let's see. It's been a long time. So actually, I shouldn't say that. I started going back into this book this week, and I even started doing that with my tarot cards. Because I just feel like sometimes I even get into just, my interpretation, and I was actually going to start pulling these cards out for myself and using my teeny tiny tarot deck to ask Spirit, tell me what this card means, tell me what this card means, to just try to get a more expansive interpretation beyond what I've established for it. Moth, impulsive, hasty, and wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. There we go. When in balance, enthusiastic and whimsical. When out of balance, idealizes others and jittery. To bring into balance, finish a project. Well, that is interesting, isn't it? Oh, my landscaper. I know, that sounds loud to me. I'm really sorry. Look at the bottom there is the raccoon. Hiding. Self-assessment. Kind of reminds me of that whole, just paint your toes red and go outside. Stop doing that. Stop hiding. There's no color there. You're in the dark. It might be time to get out of that hermit mode. It might be time to get out of that hermit. Well, there's an awful lot of green here, isn't there? There's an awful lot of green coming through in that. Lots of heart chakra energy. All right. So we're going to go to the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Tarot deck. The dragon, where you all are right now. The dragon, where you all are right now. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do it that way. The Emperor is at the bottom. The Emperor is at the bottom. My. So with the dragon, this came out quickly on its own. The first thing I got right away was reassessing, replanning, planning, figuring out. It's the Seven of Pentacles. It's like creating the building blocks for success. Creating the building blocks for success. The Father of Wands. Boy, Father of Wands going for it. You guys want to go for it. You want to... I'm feeling like there's energy here really wanting to go. But look at... See? There's the world is coming in here. This is what you got. This is what you got. I'll show you all three. I showed you separately at first because that's kind of how it came in for me when this one came out on its own. But so we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Father, King of Wands, and the World card. You're being guided here towards, well, obviously, it's some sort of big, new, life-changing cycle with the world here. That's the last, this is the last of the story and the major arcana of tarot. It is here. The world. What? Something big is ending and something big is beginning. Something big may have already ended. This is really feeling like moving into the future because the Father of Wands, the snake is looking, this cobra is looking. Oh, what was I holding up? It isn't funny. When I was showing you the deck I was going to use, it was the cobra underneath the, in the Oracle deck. Oh, now it's hiding. Of course it would. I can't get Robert Palmer out of my head now. And now I can't find the cobra. Like, where did it go? How weird is that? Simply irresistible. Oh, there's the cobra. Cobra's sitting behind the tarantula. There, right? I swear, I'm pretty sure that was sitting, the card that was face up shown to you when, just as I was going to start the reading. So this is underline. This is the underline. This is being not seen, not really participating too much, not necessarily like with everything, but it could be like one element in your life specifically. And then the other one here is the Emperor though. The Emperor is kind of seen. The Emperor is doing. The Emperor is busy. The Emperor is like participating. That's a huge difference. That, you know, I would call that like, this is Virgo, Aries energy, but hermit. Going within, thinking, analyzing, understanding, strategizing, and the Emperor executes. The Emperor like really will execute all of that energy. So the Seven of Pentacles, and there it is, that's sort of like that strategizing, that reassessing, while you're in that raccoon energy, hidden. The Father of Wands here. I'm feeling like the best approach is like almost being led, almost being guided here on what to do. You are connected. I'm really getting that strongly. You are connected. Allow this connection to guide you. You know, because I see this snake, this cobra is holding this, it's like an Ace of Wands. It's holding it and then it's getting either like inspiration, energized, clarity, communication, movement, however you want to describe that lightning bolt. Oh, that's interesting too. That's hitting the wand. It's initiating a new beginning, which is going into the world, right? Which is going into a big cycle here, a big cycle. Now, as soon as I started talking about, you know, naming off all of those different things that this lightning bolt could represent, I started thinking to myself, well, what is lightning? You know what that is, Cindy. I remember that. If I remember correctly, lightning is the final process in Earth's process of handling radiation from space. If I remember that correctly, I believe the northern lights is the first step in that process, and I can't remember everything that happens in between because it hit the radiation. It's been a while. The radiation hits the outer protective atmosphere of the Earth, but if the Earth didn't like transmute it into something else, it would burn us all up, and it doesn't. And the northern lights, I remember that was the first part. So this is the last part, and a big part of this, it puts nitrogen into the ground, like it feeds the Earth. The Earth is amazing. It takes something that could kill it, and it transmutes it into something that can feed it, grow it. That's how I remember that. I hope I'm not remembering it wrong because it sounds pretty cool. It sounds pretty cool that the Earth is right. That's what the lightning bolt is. It's taking something at the beginning of that process that could, you know, vaporize, burn, kill the Earth. It's taking that and it's transforming it. And doesn't it transform it in such beautiful ways? I always thought, I mean, I don't know, however you want to believe the Earth was created, whoever created the Earth, it is like, they were an artist. They were an artist because everything about it is beautiful. It's amazing. Whether it's like visually stunning, what you can hear from it, like even just the sound of water lapping on the shore. Certainly not my landscaper, but yeah, and just the breeze sometimes, what you can feel and smell. I'll tell you, driving by a pig farm, it stinks like hell, but it smells a hell of a lot better than some cities I've driven through. I mean, really, it does. So there's something here, right? And I'm coming back to the moth because the moth is trying to take something that's not good for it and turn it into something that is good for it. That's the idea here of getting that balance. So the cards that came out with the moth, the Son of Cups, the Hierophant, and the King of Pentacles. This is, you have very, very strong, energetic, and I want to, for the most part, say very positive cards. Very stable cards. The moth is a little unstable, but I feel like it's being transmuted, like it's turning into something. It's being alchemy. It's being alchemized into something that could be dangerous or unhealthy, and it's being transferred into something that can nourish. The Son of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Father of Pentacles. And look at the Hierophant, both of these are in the middle. Both middle cards have the lightning bolt. Both middle cards have the lightning bolt. Interesting that the lightning bolt from the Father of Wands has got dual colors here. It's got, well, I guess it's mostly red and orange. It looks like it's going to fade into yellow. The Hierophant is pretty much mostly yellow. But then the Father of Pentacles comes in with these antlers that are just full of color. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's how we see it. Because I'm thinking, okay, what does this elk do? This elk feeds off of earth. This elk is very grounded into earth. It's got all four hoofs on the ground. And it feeds off of earth. And it's sort of, you know, benefiting from that process of what Earth does to protect itself from the radiation of space. And it transfers it as in like nutrients into the ground. Like there's a lot of other things that go on too that I'm just sticking with that to simplify. So this is not a whole reading about that specifically. But then look at how by working with the Earth, by feeding off of the Earth, but in a balanced way, the antlers are fully lit up in all color, beyond the colors that these simple lightning bolts held, beyond those colors. And then these colors are also represented in the dragon. That is the connection here. Wow, your connection to spirit is not outside of this experience. It is this experience. It really is this experience. It's really understanding yourself in the process, seeing yourself in the process, seeing yourself as the process. And looking at this Son of Cups here, because the cup, that the Son of Cups is a little bit like the Knight of Cups. This movement with feelings and emotions here, being guided by feelings and emotions. This cup is full of color. There is some darkness in the bottom of the cup though. But it's almost like the start of this, the beginning of that, right? And it is the beginning of that. And the Hierophant and the Father, it's like the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. This is very, very, very strong, stable energy. The key, right? I love this crow or raven with the key here. There's a change coming in. I'm being drawn to the number 5 on this card. There's a change coming in with this Hierophant. Energy, messages, information, opening up doorways that you didn't know existed with the key. Some of you, what the heck was that? I'm all alone in the house except for Lily. I don't know. She's not barking, so it's okay. Some of you, that was weird. That totally distracted me and I lost it. Wait a second. I hate that. The Hierophant. There's a need for change. The lightning bolt, the key to the door that you do not see yet. Okay, that's it. Thank you. I have to replay it again. It's like when you walk to the fridge, like what the hell was I getting? Okay, so you have to go back and play it all out. So for some of you, I feel like there's situations or circumstances outside of your control. And I did kind of say that's what this could represent. It's either something directly or indirectly affecting you or will affect you that have you feeling sort of like, almost like going in circles or not sure what should I do today or what is the best approach or what. It's like you're waiting for some sort of key, but there's nothing really that you need to do except ground yourself. It's almost like sitting there with your feet stuck up in the air, right? With this moth, exactly what this little guy was telling us. Also to bring some humor into your situation and laugh at it. Because you do look kind of funny. I mean, adults look kind of funny when their back and their feet are up in the air. Like, that's just really comical. I'm going to go to Teeny Tiny Tarot. Oh, yeah. I just heard the phrase in my head. Remember, none of us get out of here alive. It's so true. It is the truest word ever spoken. None of us do. And you ain't taking any of this with you. I know the Egyptians thought they were, but they, yeah, no, sorry. I'm not taking that with you. Why would you want to take it anyways? All right, Dragon. What can you tell us about the world? This is a big cycle here. And of course, it's got all the colors in there. It's got all the colors. All the colors. Many opportunities, many different perspectives, many different paths to choose from, many opportunities. The world. The world. That was weird. The card literally played in my hand. And these two cards kept coming up in the split. Slowly, slowly moving to like wishes. Slowly moving to wishes here. It has been slow to move to these wishes. It has been very slow. This is in the now. The dragon. What is the star? What does the star represent for so many? Oh, wow. The High Priestess, Temperance, and the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands was actually the very first one that came out. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing receiving a message. Receiving a message from this. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm hearing. This is what this star is receiving a message from this. However that comes to you. That's what this star is. It's like slow. It's a slow understanding. It's a slow way of perceiving what it is that we want. Because the star is about coming into that balance to really know what you want. If something is slow, maybe you haven't fully made the choice about what you want yet on all levels of that. It's also about like what you want, what you desire for, hope for in life, and finding a way to convey that to the universe, finding a way to convey that to the universe without this filter. It feels like I'm getting Temperance is coming in almost like this is the reality of how it comes through, but then with the High Priestess, it's almost like because you feel like you're communicating three-dimensionally to something that, well, you're communicating to something you can't see. You can only, you know, we get signs and synchronicities, we get feelings. It's almost like, does my message get blurred in the receive? Does my message get blurred into the receive when I'm trying to manifest, when I'm trying to co-create, when I'm trying to live my life and move myself towards the things that I hope for, would like to achieve, gain, help, assist in, like any part of your life. It feels like sort of like this desperation is coming up for me, but it is sort of like a heavy word. This desperation of trying to communicate as easily back and forth with the universe as you do like with someone right in front of you, right? With someone right in front of you. But this is all about the world. This is all about this cycle change. So there's something big here that's going to change. That, you know, it seems like with how you communicate to the universe, how the universe communicates to you, it's going to be more, you're going to understand it on a much higher level than you do now. As I look at this lightning bolt, you're going to understand things that have occurred, that will occur in your life, that seem difficult or even like hurtful or harmful to you. You know, and as do many life lessons, because they can be painful. They can pull us back. They can make us feel like, well, why did that go that way? I didn't anticipate that, or I didn't see that, or why did it happen, or, you know, why didn't it go this way? So many things that we don't understand why it's happening. But, you know, when you see what Earth can do with the radiation and space, and that it actually becomes something that nourishes the Earth and makes it grow and makes it stronger and creates a system, a cohesive system that functions together as a whole. That's what's going to happen. That's pretty big, no? That's pretty big. We're in it. This energy here is, yeah, just not having that control, is kind of being fooled sometimes, thinking, oh, that light bulb. Yeah, that light bulb looks good. That's going to replace the sun for me, right? The easiest way to describe this is someone who maybe falls into depression, and the easiest way for them to try to push through it on a temporary level is to drown their sorrows, to have a drink, or to have a toke, or whatever the person's vice is. If you're making that choice to muffle something, you're doing what the moth is doing, and it's harming you because you're not addressing the fact that that's not really the sun. You're not really in the sun. You are just shining a little light bulb for now. And yeah, that's okay to do that. Pringles are great. Pringles and Netflix are really good for that too. But you do have to at some point say, okay, now, even if you want to do it at little itty bits, start looking at the fact that that's not the sun, that's the light bulb, because it's damaging you, it's hurting you. And only until we see that are we able to become part, we are this energy though. Like, we are this energy. It's really just knowing that. Feeling it, understanding it, coming to grips with it. So many elements of it. Let's see. I feel like the Hierophant has a key here. And it's communicating. It's communicating this change. It is communicating this change that I've kind of been describing up to this point. It's communicating this change. The Hierophant. The Hierophant? That's a change that's needed. The Nine of Swords. This is stuff that's keeping you up at night. That's the best way to describe the Nine of Swords. Overthinking, you can't go to sleep, you're tossing it back and forth in your head. It's keeping you up at night. Look at the moth. It's being kept up all night, flying into the sun, flying into the sun, flying into the sun. Because you're not flying into the real thing that you want. Or you're not taking action towards the real thing that you want to take action towards. Or you're not communicating towards what you really want to communicate towards. Anything else the Hierophant has to say? The Queen, oh, look at that. The Queen of Pentacles. See, the balance is coming in. Because this King or Father of Pentacles is sitting beside the Hierophant, and the Queen of Pentacles is out. The balance that is coming in, the yin and the yang energy, the counterpart. It could be for some of you, it could be a counterpart energy coming in. Because we do have the Son of Cups here. Let's find out about the Son of Cups then. Put that there. The Son of Cups. The Son of Cups. There is collaboration, or has been in the past, and then there is movement, swift movement. Boy, is it ever. It's like it's moving head on into the Hierophant here. I'm curious about your raccoon. I can't stop looking at it. It's interesting that underneath the raccoon is the dolphin. That's this karmic healing energy sitting there. Look at all the color. The color behind that raccoon. Let's look at the raccoon. Come on, tell us why you're all in raccoon. Why are some of you on raccoon? Oh, you look at you, and there's the Knight of Cups again. Coming out. This raccoon is coming out to experience life. I'm really hearing that. The raccoon is coming out to experience life, to move forward in life, to move forward with passion and hope and feelings and emotions. That's the human experience, right? Why else do we have all that? Because it's a lot of work. Otherwise, if it's an experience, it is an experience to have all of these, to go through them all. I was never interested in like writing a journal or a diary or anything like that. I don't want to look back. I would never even want to read back on like some stuff. I guess because I always want to move forward. I'm always kind of a move forward sort of person. And then, I don't know if it's just like the whole COVID thing. I was thinking it'd be interesting to journal this experience. And I don't know why that came up. There was something here that triggered me into thinking, like journaling this experience. because it captures this human experience. And it's more than just what that experience is to you, but it's what that experience is to other people. Like, say your journal is something found in some rubble 3,000 years from now. If it's a digital one, well, who knows, maybe it'll be okay. But it's the experience, and we learn so much from each other's experiences. It's sharing that, and it's participating, right? This is participating. Look at these. They're participating. They're working together. They're doing something together. They're, you know, this is maybe part of what I've been kind of feeling like I need to pull in some kind of energy. I said at the beginning of this read, I need to pull something in to share with you. And that's the human experience, right? You know, what is the point sometimes of seeing all this beauty and everything, and you never ever have anyone to talk to about it? It's just you. It's just you. It's just you. If that happens over and over and over and over again, it does, I find, and I don't know, maybe this is sort of like an artistic way of looking at things, because it is important to pull away and to ground yourself, like we talked about here, like to ground yourself. But your experience is different from someone else's experience. And that's kind of the fun. That should be. And a lot of times that ends up being conflict. And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be conflict. That just because someone doesn't think that tree is as beautiful as that tree over there and you think that one is, it's interesting to hear their perspective on, oh, why? Why does that? Why? What do you see in that? You know, that makes you feel like that is more, it's part of that experience here. And coming out of this raccoon energy is definitely saying as well that you've done the introspection, you've looked inside, you have grounded yourself. It's time to stick the feet in the air a little bit. I think it's time to stick the feet in the air a little bit. Because this Emperor is very, whoa. The Emperor's got some interesting energy behind him. The Emperor has the Four of Wands and the Fool card. And I'm kind of getting with the Emperor is like taking the shoes off. Because the Emperor is definitely wearing shoes, right? The Emperor is doing something. The Emperor's got to wear shoes. Because the Emperor is probably, like, yeah, like it's very professional. It's very professional. The Emperor is very professional. But kicking off the shoes and jumping off the twig, right? Like jumping off the twig. And this is celebrating. So more of a, yeah, that's interesting. Because in the other deck, the elk is harnessing like, the elk is harnessing in this deck, the elk is harnessing an eclipse with its antlers. And here the eclipse sits behind the Emperor, and then this elk is harnessing a new beginning. It's harnessing a new beginning. It's almost as if going from one energy to the other, like you've harnessed the energy of the eclipse, and the eclipse has to do with celestial bodies. And the celestial bodies have to do with the radiation attacking the Earth. See how it all comes around again? And then that's turning this into something three-dimensional, right? Okay, you get that? This is kind of one of those out there readings. I'm feeling like that. It's kind of it is. But that's what makes you look at life differently. Think about it differently. I wanted to clarify the Emperor. Those cards sitting behind the Emperor are kind of clear. The Emperor card that's underlined. Look at that. Oh yeah. It's so funny. That's hilarious. Look at the Emperor is taking some time off. The Emperor's so the Emperor inside you, the Emperor within you, that's been coming up too this week. Like kind of the work, the stuff that we do that is work in our lives. The no, you know, not going and getting your toes painted crazy colors and then walking through the dewy grass and having a little dance. Like that's not really Emperor energy. But look at the Emperor, the Seven of Swords is walking away. It's going into the Knight of Wands and hitting happiness. Just, yeah, wasn't there a Knight of Wands somewhere? Oh yeah, here. Oh, that's the Page of Wands. So getting ready for that. Getting ready for this exploration in happiness. Seeing the cycles in life. realizing the importance of different cycles in life. I know that's all part of being an adult. That's part of the Emperor energy. That's all part of the Emperor energy, like, you know, today we need to do this because we need to pay the bills, and tomorrow we can go to the beach, right? That's true. It's true. All right, we're gonna do, this is the King of Wands is at the bottom, right? The King, the Father of Wands, having a good time. Going after you, the King of Wands is very passionate about what the King of Wands wants to do. So the passion that you have inside you for what you want to do, what do you want to go out and do and be kind of even silly and creative about. So we're going to see what y'all get from this deck, the Wings of Wisdom. I love this. The place I got this even has like oracle cards for kids. This one is almost like that. I mean, some of the messages are a little lengthy and maybe too adulty for kids, but I wanted to get, they had 2 different decks for kids, and I think that's a great one, you know, if a kid is having a bad day, or even just draw a card a day. What is the message today from the deck? I should get started talking to my son about the birds and the bees. Yeah, I got my 2 books came in from Amazon. Yeah, he's actually, it's pretty good. So we went from reading Charlotte's Web. We finished reading Charlotte's Web and I told him. So then we're going to start reading because I'll lay in bed with him at night and we'll read. And so yeah, I started reading the books to him. Do you know, okay, I got to say, because you don't know how kids are going to react. And I have to laugh. So I talked to him about the whole thing, and the book kind of, yeah, it said it, and then I talked about it in a little more detail than what the book had about, you know, the penis and the vagina and all that stuff. But do you know what he found the most fascinating, that he had the most questions about? I came from an egg? I just thought that's what's disturbing him. Like, an egg? And I said, well, in one sperm, like one of each. And I'm like, the sperm is really tiny and the egg is like a dot, a tiny little dot. Like tiny, tiny. That's what he's got his mind at. He doesn't have any problem with the penis and the vagina. It's the egg. So I'm going to I remember Nova has a really good video on the miracle of life. I'm going to show him that one, because I think it'll be more easily understood. But it is, isn't it? Like, you start doing that and it's just like, it is incredible. Like, life is so incredible. It really is. It just still, it blows my mind. Yeah. And we had fun with that because, yeah, he was like, well, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know how I did that. I didn't sit there and just go, okay, I'm going to make a nose today. I'm going to make your toes. I said, that's how life is so incredible. It kind of just does it on its own. We're just here for the ride. Right? Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, that wasn't so bad actually. It was more, yeah, out of everything, it was like the fact that it came from an egg. Like, what the hell? What do we have here? I'm being told to pick this card up. Goose, higher goals, delegation, soul tribe, affirmation. I am supported and empowered to attain my highest destiny for the greatest good of all. Ooh, I like that. Look at that picture. That's right, like a nice community picture, isn't it? Oh, look at that utopian world. It's so beautiful. Let go of relationships with people who are selfish or draining, and seek out respectful, loving connections with those who recognize your value and want to give as well as receive. Give up hyper-independence and learn to let yourself be helped. This will benefit you and others, as trying to do everything on your own doesn't help anyone. As from an Aries, I can tell you, it's like, I'm going to do it. I know Virgo can be a little like that too. I'm going to do it. Yeah, sometimes other people can do it for you. Yeah, just like, you know, I gave out and let the guy cut my grass. I used to cut the grass, I don't want to do it. He can do it. He does a good job too. This will benefit you and others, as trying to do everything on your own doesn't help anyone. Trust that your biggest and boldest visions can be accomplished. Ask for divine assistance. Keep your intentions clear and focused, and open your heart to receive all the support you need to fulfill your destiny for the greatest good. I like that. That's nice. What was in the front? Ooh, the Kingfisher is in the front. Oh, I like this one too. This is good. This is a good message. I think we need both. poise, prosperity, happiness. The affirmation is, I am rich with abundance, blessings, and grace. Even these affirmations are good, right? Like, I should use this deck more often. Even just for myself, like to have a card of a day. That's what I like about these. And there's the cute ones for kids too. Like, you know, this is something to think about today as you move forward. I am rich with abundance, blessings, and grace. Positive changes are due to happen in an area you are currently concerned about. Well, isn't that interesting after this reading? This may be in your love life, finances, living arrangements, relationships, or matters of emotional, psychological, and physical well-being. Put your faith in brighter days ahead. Open your heart. Give yourself permission to be free. The simple practice of mindfully paying attention to one task at a time will help you relax and recognize the blessings that seek entry to your world. What would it take to make you laugh and feel joy again? Embrace this. I love it, right? For me, it was like Robert Palmer. That's what I needed. I needed some of that. And it got me going. And this is it, too. Go and get your nails painted. Men, too. Come on. Go. They're opening up. Go. You can even just go to the drugstore and buy some for you. Wow, if you've never done it before, well, why not? Get it all over your feet. Why not? And go out and have fun. Yeah. I think men should do that more often. It's kind of fun. Men kind of have ugly feet, and not anything, but their feet are big. Their feet are big. So I don't know if that would draw more attention to their feet, or if it would pretty them up a little, bit. All right, that's all I got for you. I think that's good. I think this reading was just really, I feel like it was just like an uplift, and look at how magical the world is that we live in, right? Look at how magical it is. Look at the magical things that Earth does on a daily basis. And that's just a tiny, tiny thing that we're barely aware of. I mean, and even your body, all the amazing things that are going on with your body. So that you're not in control of it. It's looking after itself. So the universe is looking after things that happen to, for, and of you as well. And that's it. So, oh yeah, so for those of you in the, what do you call it, the live chat, I am getting ready to tune out, to turn off, so you can do all your thank yous, goodbye, thank you. And that's it, until next week. Oh, I do want to warn you guys, I'm looking at the calendar, what is today? Oh yeah, no, so you got to. There's going to be a period where there won't be any Oakman readings. In like the middle of July. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks there where there won't be any. Because I will be going up north. I mean, I'm going to pre-record like for 2 weeks. I'm going up north for 2 weeks. Kind of the middle end of July. And I'm going to pre-record like all the Zodiacs. But the Oakman is I feel it's a different energy, and I feel very comfortable doing it the day before, literally, that it gets released. And I don't want to do them like weeks ahead of time. So I just decided the best way with that was not to do them while I was away. But the Zodiacs will still be out. I'll pre-record those and schedule them to come out on the right days. But yeah, so we still have like, there's still like, how many? What is this? So this is that one. I think we still have like probably about 2 or 3 weeks of Oakman readings, and then there will be a little pause, just so you know. There you go. Okay, now I'm done. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.